Why most personal brands never become assets. Building a brand is not luck, it is a strategy. And I'm going to tell you all about it here in today's presentation that I put together for you. Hi, my name is Amina, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself before we get started and learning how to turn your brand into a long term asset using social media. This is not only going to help you online, but also offline as well. Connect to your customers, secure your place in the marketplace, and essentially grow your business for years to come. So my name is Amina. I go by Amina K online, and I build brands that turn influence into enterprise. I have not only built, I've scaled and exited online businesses by understanding one core truth: attention without strategy does not create wealth. This work is about positioning, how brands earn trust, convert attention, and scale without burning out or chasing trends. Everything that you're going to learn here comes from real execution, not theory. I've been doing this a long time, and we'll get more into that a little bit later. But just know that success isn't built by going viral, it is built on understanding, positioning, systems, and buyer psychology. This is stuff that I've learned over multiple ventures, over 2 decades of learning this and building brands online and off. That when you can communicate your brand clearly, you win. And then you don't even need a massive audience to do this. I have created this framework to help businesses as well as brands. This is personal brands as well. Stop guessing, stop chasing visibility, and start building long term leverage. So here's the illusion. So, what is believed to be true? Most people think that more views equal more value, which is totally not true. That more content means more success. Again, not true. There's so many influencers that I know that have millions of followers that don't make a dime. And if you have never met one, just know there are tons of them. They get free PR, they get free access to things. A lot of this stuff they pay for. So neither of these things are true. All content is not created equal. All videos don't get the same views. Volume does not bring in more success, more brand deals, or the same value of attention. It's all like an illusion. So, attention versus ownership. What is the difference? Okay, so now we got to understand what is the difference. Attention disappears. It comes and goes. It doesn't compound, but ownership compounds. Most creators rent their platforms. They're constantly hustling on the platform. They're live streaming on one platform. They're putting all their time, energy, and effort into one thing. And few of them build systems that last. Okay, so what is a system? A system is built on the long term trajectory of the brand, right? It's built on a solid foundation. Okay. It's not built on one by borrowing attention. Okay. It's built on leveraging attention, not built on attention. Two different things. The three asset killers: understanding the foundation for a successful brand. Okay. So if you do not have an offer architecture, then you do not have a brand. If you have no audience qualifiers, then you do not have a brand. If you have no repeatable conversion plan, guess what? Say it all with me. You do not have a brand. Okay. This is where people plateau forever. They think just because they have likes, they have, reach, they have a brand. No, a brand is built with structure. Okay. Most personal brands do not have structure. That's why some fail, some succeed, some get lucky, some don't. It's just like buying a lottery ticket. And without understanding like what it is that made their personal brand what it is, there's no foundation. There's nothing to build on. You have to build a solid foundation if you want to be a successful personal or business brand. So here is the asset test, okay? Because remember, your brand is an asset. Your content you're putting out there are assets if you built your brand correctly. So ask yourself, if I stop posting for 30 days, does my revenue stop? And for me, it doesn't. Like, I still get paid. I have built a brand ecosystem. I have built a foundation. So even if I stop posting today, I will still get paid. So if it is yes, then you do not own an asset. So if you stop posting for 30 days, if you make zero revenue when you stop posting, then you don't own an asset. Okay. So you're investing your time, your money, and your energy into a liability, one that cannot grow without a solid strategy. So, asset based branding, understand successful branding. What is asset based branding and what does it look like? Well, it looks like clear positioning, evergreen entry points, extension, not scrambling, audience built around decision makers, not spectators. Okay, so again, we need to understand what is our business. And if you can't answer that, then you need to really, really look at what have you been investing all your time, money, and energy in? What is your business? Who is it for? What is your offers? Do you have multiple offers? Do you have price points that people like? I don't want to say can afford because it has nothing to do about affordability. It has nothing to do with affordability. Again, I'll say that again. It has nothing to do with affordability. I get the same people constantly buy, $100 a package to thousands of dollars a package. My average customer, long term, what would the term be? Customer value is over $4,000. All right. So, you have to make sure that your business. You have to know that marketplace, that industry you're building into. You know, that is how you make a brand. Okay. So with that built, you can have clear offers. You have clear authority in the marketplace and you have a clear audience that you sell to. Okay. They are following for clear direction. They are watching for consistent offers that serve them, not serve a broad audience, not serve for likes and views or reach. Okay. So, why is this the new model? This is one that lasts. This is the one that has been the foundation to many successful brands, online and off. I just talk about online because that's my strong suit, but I have built brands offline too. So algorithms always change, markets shift, and assets survive. Assets always survive. Turning influence into ownership. Only builders understand the importance. If you finally want to turn influence into ownership, then let me give you a pathway. This is not for creators. This is only for builders. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about myself and how I started using this framework and what kind of success I've had over the last 2 decades of running businesses. Okay. I built businesses at scale, all from scratch. I don't think there's ever a business that I've taken on that I've built from not building the foundation. The foundation always had to come first. Sure, I've partnered with brands. I helped other brands reach clarity and positioning and scale them into millions of people seeing them. That is their in their market and their demographic and generating multiple businesses over seven-figure brand revenue for their brand. Okay. So again, this is all built on a long-term foundation that I've discovered through having multiple brands. In 2008, I sold one of my biggest brands, which was a wedding directory called One Wed that I was partnered on, building that from the ground up with my own money, over many years and learning all the ins and outs of branding and scaling online. And then between that year and 2018, built up a huge real estate portfolio, essentially going back fully online through social media. Building it from nothing. Again, remember, everybody starts with nothing when you start on social media. No audience, no borrow clout, no leverage. So I bought coaching. I learned frameworks. I learned what works for me and what doesn't work for me, and I learned how to take all my knowledge and put it through these online technologies that now existed. And in 2025, I have built and scaled so many different brands under one strategy, and I position them across multiple different industries. You can look up my name, Amina K. Thornton, Amina Thornton on Google. I have multiple brands in media, in art, in travel, in the luxury space. And those are the only ones that you can find under my name. I have a podcast. So I have been doing this for quite some time now. And in doing so, it's all the same framework. And that's what I'm trying to help you guys learn. It's not about just putting out more content, it's about your context, your clarity of the content that you're putting out there. So, what is your next step? If you're ready to move from being seen to being strategically positioned, then your next step is just to apply. You can go ahead and get this QR code. You can screen capture it now, or you can go ahead and go to the site there that I have there, and you can apply. You can apply to see what is the best path forward for you, to see if this is the right fit for your personal brand or business brand. And make sure that you follow for more of these videos and these insights. I've got tons of different playlists on motivation, on inspiration. Also, things that I've learned over many, many years of being an online and offline entrepreneur, having a physical brand, a physical location many times to, multiple brands online now. So definitely check all those out. And, if this video has helped you or you come back to it using some of the strategies you learned here, comment. I'd love to hear what you've learned, what you've applied, and how's it going. So thank you so much for watching and staying for the whole video. Definitely check out the other ones when you get a chance. And hopefully I'll see you again on another video and see your comments. Take care and have a lovely day.